We got an exciting one for you guys today. We're here with Julia and
we're going to be talking about the 3 reasons why kids should get into foiling.
Tune in. Thank you guys so much for tuning back. We're excited to have Julia here. We're gonna dive into who is Julia, what she's done, and we're gonna teach you guys why, or give you guys the magic on why kids or children should get into foiling. So, Julia, tell us about yourself.
I'm 11 years old. My name is Julia. I live on our boat and we've been on it for the past 2 years. I love the outdoors. I love rock climbing. I love ringette, and I love the wind, I love water, and I love sailing.
So I heard that you are a pretty special human because we have something in common. I was given a second chance in life, and I'm just kind of curious about, you got into foiling, and foiling's a little more of an extreme, or maybe it takes a hurdle for people to jump into, and you have some pretty special things that you've overcome to do it. So tell us about it.
So I was born with brachial plexus injury, which means I was paralyzed in my right arm, and I had a nerve taken out of my ankle and put into my shoulder, and so it just is, wing foiling's a little bit harder for me because the muscle isn't fully developed. Some muscles I haven't unlocked yet, and some muscles are harder to reach, so it's a little bit harder. My brother got me into foiling. He went over to this guy who was out foiling, and he just said hi, and then later that afternoon he was out on a board and he was like, you gotta try this, and so I did, and here I am.
And that's how awesome our foil community is. That's why foiling is truly special, is people are willing to help you. Julia reached out to us, and I was so inspired by her story and her family that I shot up here to meet with them on their boat, and we just wanted to share this message with kids out there and hopefully inspire some people to get on the water and enjoy this just like Julia and her brother and her family. And so we're gonna dive into 3 reasons why kids should foil. And the reason number 1 would be what, Julia?
I would probably say that it's such a magical feeling when you're up on foil. It just feels like you're in the air. It feels like it shouldn't be possible. You look at the board, you're like, how are you gonna stand on this and be elevated into the air? I just think it's so magical, and when you're up there and you've gotten better at it and you're not feeling as scared, you just enjoy it, and it's such a different feeling that is very hard to get otherwise.
Well, that sold it for me, and I know the same feeling, and I challenge you out there to go give it a shot. And for any of you grandparents, parents out there, this is perfect for your grandchildren or children to get into, and Julia's gonna take them there. So the second reason why you think kids should get into foiling would be what?
Because it's challenging. It gives you a challenge, and it gives you something to work towards. To be up on foil, as I was saying, is a very magical feeling, and it's a challenge to get there, and I enjoyed the process of getting there. There were some downs and some frustrations, but it overall is fun.
I think it's so brilliant to have an 11-year-old say exactly that, because Gwen and I say it over and over and over, like the learning process is the most exciting part. It's not about the end result, it's about that whole process along the way. I mean, here their family's traveling around on this boat, and I'm sure there's some learning processes on things and things going wrong. So that's part of life, is to go through that. So I 100% agree. Let's dive into the 3rd reason why you think kids should get into foiling.
Because there aren't many out there, and I just think for those who don't do it, you want to be like, it's so fun, and the pure beauty of just being out in nature, enjoying the water, it's so fun because you're out there and you're like controlling yourself, and you can go wherever you want and you can do whatever you please. It's just the freedom.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, there's no reason we should have a channel anymore, so I think Julia Uncharted should just take over. This is where it ends right here, and she's gonna run with it. Look, if that doesn't inspire you to get out and give this a shot, we have lots of videos on our channel to help you in that progress, but more importantly, follow Julia and her channel as she launches and helps kids and helps take this into the next level of foiling. Julia, it's absolutely a pleasure to, one, meet you and your family, one, be able to experience, maybe take you out e-foiling here, and just truly remarkable person and what you've overcome and what you got to come. I just want to say thank you, and the whole foiling community will say thank you. And I highly challenge everybody to go follow her, watch her journey, because this lady's gonna shine. So thank you so much for sharing that message with everybody. And yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And on that note, that's how simple and how awesome it can be to go foil. So share this with your kids, grandchildren, and let's follow Julia and learn.
Enjoy, have fun, and we'll see you next time.